Checking out a spot today I haven't been to in a while. I fished this for bass. There's smallmouth in here, but I also think there are going to be several different panfish species in here. So I brought my ultralight rod and a BFS rod today, and I've got some ultralight lures on, and I'm just going to see what different kind of species I can catch. That's all right. And these guys are tiny, whatever they are. I have a Bobby Garland Itty Bit on, and they're still having a hard time getting it in their mouths. There we go. Yeah, we got one. Just had to get over there. Green sunfish. Not surprised. Caught a ton of these here. Little guy, but I think that's a green sunfish. Yeah, mouth is pretty big. Whoop. Same thing, about the same size. Another green sunfish. Just cast in here and pick them off, I guess. Whoa! He hit a little harder. Ta-da! Another, again, I think green sunfish. Apparently I misidentified one the other day, and now it's got me second guessing myself. It's a little confusing sometimes with all these different species, trying to identify different things, especially when, they can look different based on the creek they're in, based on their age. It's just, whoa, that's a bigger one. Pull and drag. Whoops. Yeah, it's just because I was wrapped around. It's not bigger, actually. Same size. Little guy. Okay, bye. Just because I was wrapped around my rod. I don't know why I do that. It seems to happen very often when I catch fish on the ultralight. I don't know why, but it is what it is. There we go. Got another one. Ta-da! Okay, this is fun. Just find the spot where they are, pick them off. Yeah, that's definitely a green sunfish, for sure. Such pretty fish. It's not even rigged very well, but little Bobby Garland Itty Bit on a 1/32 ounce jig head kind of does the trick. Works out pretty well. Ta-da! See if the big one's down back in there. That's a little bit bigger. No, it's not. Same size. Oh. That's a good smallie. Holy cow, that's a good smallie. Yes, sir. That's a good creek smallie right there. Little lure. Itty bitty lure, and it got this guy. That is what's up, man. That's probably 11 inches. I don't know. Beautiful smallie. I was hoping I'd catch a good smallie here. It's funny how, which I know that's not a giant, right? But it's very respectable for a creek. And just this little tiny lure, but catches a good smallie. Oh, sorry, sent you flying a little bit. A little bit of a bigger green sunfish. So that's fun. This lure will catch a 12-inch smallie, but it will also catch, you know, a 5-inch green sunfish, 4-inch green sunfish. That's what's fun about ultralight lures, which this one could be. It's a 3/32 ounce, so some people may say that's not ultralight, but to me, 1/16 and below I consider that ultralight. The only downside is, oh, that's another, nope, what is that? Rock bass. It's a pretty good sized rock bass. Solid rocky. So, this is what I wanted to do. Man, that hook is in there good. Ow. Oh, chill. Come here. Kind of freaked him out a little bit. But yeah, this is exactly what I wanted today. Multi-species, catch some little guys, catch some rock bass, catch some smallmouth, and then, I don't know, maybe see what else we can get into. Be cool if we could even catch like a shiner or something like that, creek chub. Or more green sunfish. Ta-da! Gotta stop doing that. Oop. Missed the hook set on that one. So, kind of explain what I'm using here. This is a Keitech Mono Spin Jig. It should have a weed guard, but it broke off. It's a very thin weed guard, so I'm not surprised it broke off. I've only gotten it hung once so far, and then this is the Daiwa Tatula light 6'5" BFS rod with the Ark Gravity BFA lure, and I've got too heavy line really for this setup, but 10-pound Abrazex actually on here, because I use this more for bass than I do anything, but I'm really impressed with how well this is casting. Again, this is just a 3/32 ounce, and trailer on here I've got a burro bug from Mule Fishing, I think that's what it's called. And you know, I'm kind of wondering if maybe these are, I don't know. Anyway, got him back in the water. But anyway, I got this exact jig and trailer combo from Ethan at Fish Anything. He's the owner of Mule Fishing, and I saw him using this, and I was like, man, that would be perfect for the creek. And it is. I mean, again, we're catching fish this size, and we're catching 11, 12-inch bass with it. It doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't, I don't think. Other than catching, you know, a 20-inch smallmouth or something. That's pretty good. That's hard to beat, but for creek fishing, this is pretty great. I know there are going to be a bunch of fish over here in these rocks. Uh-oh, I'm hung. Dadgummit. Remember how I told you the weed guard was broken? That's the bad part. I'm scaring all the fish away. Back up more slowly. It's the only negative I have about this lure so far, is that the weed guard broke off very quickly. I mean, before I even caught a fish on it. Which is a little disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, I would kind of like to catch something other than a green sunfish now. Give me a creek chub or shiner or something like that. And I am getting hungry. I didn't actually eat breakfast today, and it's about lunchtime, so I wasn't very smart. Kind of surprised I haven't caught any more smallmouth besides that one. Would have expected to have caught a couple more, even smaller ones. Sorry, buddy. He hit pretty aggressively. I thought it was a bigger fish. Whoops. That was definitely fun. Sometimes it's nice to just take these easy trips, walk under a bridge, fish around it for a little bit, catch a few different species, ultralight stuff. Caught a nice smallmouth, a bunch of green sunfish, and a rock bass. So I will take that any day. Only fished for about an hour, and pretty much cleaned up, so it's a good day.